काम हो गया है लेकिन जॉनी फंस गया. These were the great words spoken by the legendary Dev Saab in the film Johnny Mera Naam, a film which is completing its 50 years and remains as fresh today as it was on the day it released. Now, legend has it that this is a film which started or had its origins in a challenge of sorts at some party or some gathering. B.R. Chopra, while talking to Gulshan Rai, who produced Johnny Mera Naam, and at that time Gulshan Rai was a very well-known distributor. And Chopra Saab just ended up saying that film distributors don't make good producers. Gulshan Rai took that as a challenge and put together this film, which is which not only captures the zeitgeist of the 70s, the spy thriller and the smart Aleki one-liners.
हीरा ने ये नहीं बताया था कि इतना हसीन काम होगा ये.
काम की बात करो और चलते बढ़ो.
Or this suave hero and larger than life villains. All these things are there. But more than that, Johnny Mera Naam is also a great throwback to the film noir genre of the 50s, a genre that established the likes of Raj Khosla, Guru Dutt, even a little bit of Raj Kapoor and Dev Saab's own filmography owes a lot to that genre. So it brings together all these elements and puts them together, and in the hands of a master storyteller, a great craftsman like Vijay Anand, what you get is a film which just blazed the trail for these kind of films in the 70s. It revived the career of Prem Nath as a villain. It also, pitted these two great stars, Raj Kapoor and Dev Anand, once again in the 70s. Right from the 50s, late 40s, 50s and 60s, both of them were two of the biggest box office stars. Now, Raj Kapoor was making Mera Naam Joker for a very long time, and he did not like the idea that Johnny Mera Naam took a little bit away from the title of his film. Legend also has it that there were meetings between Raj Kapoor and Dev Anand where Raj Saab had asked that tum apna title change kar lo, and Dev Saab refused. Everybody had put their money on Mera Naam Joker. Everybody thought that Mera Naam Joker would be a big box office hit and it would be a film for the ages. Well, that happened, but not in that fashion. It happened in a roundabout manner. What really happened was that Johnny Mera Naam set the box office on fire. At the height of the Rajesh Khanna juggernaut, which lasted between 1969 and 1973, very few male stars were able to deliver big hits at the box office. There was Manoj Kumar, Dharamji had a few hits, Dharmendra, but Dev Saab's Johnny Mera Naam was one of the biggest hits right in the center of this Rajesh Khanna phenomenon. What makes this film special? What makes this film stand out? Well, in one simple term, Vijay Anand. You put Goldie Saab in any film and it becomes something else. It becomes matchless, it becomes peerless. Now, this is a film which follows up the likes of Jewel Thief, Guide, Tere Ghar Ke Samne, Hum Dono, and Taxi Driver, 9-11, all the films that Vijay Anand was associated with in some capacity or the other. Yet, it ends up becoming one of the best known films. There are many things about this film that we will relive today. What makes Johnny Mera Naam the better of the Mera Naam films? What makes this film stand out even after 50 years? Mera Naam Gautam Chintamani hai aur ye Cinemazi Studios hai. Come along on this journey. In many ways, Johnny Mera Naam captures the 1970s unlike any other film. For what it's worth, it has all the elements which were of that time, of that era. You had spy kind of a genre thriller happening there. In fact, Johnny Mera Naam's lobby cards had Secret Service agent written on it. Now that's amazing that you would give away one of the most important aspects of the film right at the onset. But that's what made that film interesting. It is what you saw on screen and what you had to imagine. So Johnny Mera Naam in many ways is this straightforward secret agent, Jugal Kishore or Johnny, or we don't know what his real name is, played by Dev Saab.
तुम्हारा असली नाम क्या है?
जी मेरा असली नाम जॉनी.
और नकली?
नकली भी जॉनी.
इसके अलावा भी कोई नाम है?
जी हाँ, जानी.
And he's on this mission to retrieve stolen diamonds. That's where it starts off from.
ये आदमी हांगकांग से 80 लाख रुपए के हीरे लेके चला है. इसे गिरफ्तार करने से पहले ये जानने की कोशिश कीजिए कि ये हीरे जाते कहाँ हैं.
But then one thing leads to another, and it goes into this very different lost and found territory, which again was a very big thing of the late 60s and 70s with the films of Bridge and Manmohan Desai. And also it had a nice mix of a motley crew of characters, played by Pran, Premnath, Padma Khanna. Then there was also I.S. Johar, who had 3 roles in the film.
पहले राम और तुम भी भाई हो.
Very right, sir.
जुड़वा भाई.
Very, very right, sir.
यानी कि 3 जुड़वे भाई.
That's right, sir. बात यह है कि पहला दूजे का जुड़वा है और दूजा तीजे का जुड़वा है, तो साफ जाहिर हुआ कि तीजा पहले का जुड़वा है. बात कुछ जरा गोल गोल सी है, सर. Circular circle. Never mind.
But more than everything else, it's the perfect amalgamation of a lot of tropes that were very popular in Hindi films right from the late 1940s up until the early 1970s. So you had great music.
पल भर के लिए कोई हमें प्यार कर ले झूठा ही सही.
Thanks to Kalyanji Anandji, you had excellent action sequences. You had very good comic set pieces.
दिशा बहुत नीची है, अर्थात के धंधे में घाटा पड़ने का वेरी गुड चांस. मगर आप बोले तो मैं उपाय फरमाऊं. उपाय की चिंता जल्दी कीजिए. आप भी जल्दी कीजिए.
Plus, you also had an updated interpretation of the whole film noir kind of theme.
जिसकी तरफ देख के ये लाइटर जलाओगे उसकी फोटो खिंच जाएगी. फजूल मजाया करो, फिल्म बर्बाद होती है.
Which started in the late 1940s, early 1950s, which was also the breeding ground of filmmakers like Guru Dutt, Raj Khosla, Vijay Anand. Even Raj Kapoor's Shri 420 has a few elements of that. Now, having said all these things, Johnny Mera Naam is a fun-filled adventure unlike any of that generation. This is a film where you have Dev Anand, who was a big star, going through a phase where he probably had to shift gears. By the late 1960s, Raj Kapoor and Dilip Kumar had greatly reduced their output, and Raj Kapoor was making what would ultimately be the last film that he would direct himself as the leading man in Mera Naam Joker.
हाँ बाबू, ये सर्कस है और ये सर्कस है शो 3 घंटे.
Now, interestingly, the backstory to Mera Naam Joker and Johnny Mera Naam is that both films were being made at the same time. There was a big tension between both the camps with regards to the title. But in the end, a lot of people expected Johnny Mera Naam to be a mediocre, regular kind of a hit film, which, say, at that time, a star like Dev Anand would have been associated with, because this was a phase where Dev Anand was not at the top of his game. This was a phase in the late 1960s where younger stars like Dharmendra, Manoj Kumar, Sunil Dutt were dominating the scene. And more than that, the younger guys like Jitendra, Feroz Khan were also coming up. But most importantly, this was a phase where Rajesh Khanna juggernaut was at its peak in 1969 with the release of Aradhna, up until 1973 when Zanjeer came, released, and then started the whole trend of the angry young man. Those 4 years, Rajesh Khanna had a clear run. And very few male stars were able to withstand that kind of a phenomenon, that kind of a sheer tornado at the box office. Very few guys like Manoj Kumar, Dharmendra, and Dev Anand. Now, Johnny Mera Naam is the film which broke that mindset that only younger stars could deliver big hits, or stars of the previous generation could not withstand this kind of pressure. So it kind of filled the older generation with a little bit of hope. And this was also the time where Dilip Kumar was taking a break. So in all this, when you had Dev Anand delivering one of the biggest box office hits of the period, suddenly the game had changed.
क्या नाम है तुम्हारा? जॉनी.
तुम्हारा असली नाम क्या है?
पुलिस के रिकॉर्ड में मशहूर जॉनी. जॉनी बुरे काम तो करता है लेकिन ईमान के साथ.
नाम याद रखना, जॉनी.
Now, more than Dev Anand, this film, to my mind, is perhaps Vijay Anand at his finest. Now, of course, nothing can hold a candle to Guide and films like Jewel Thief or Tere Ghar Ke Samne, Teesri Manzil, 9-2-11, and later Tere Mere Sapne. But Johnny Mera Naam brings the fun element of Vijay Anand, which was seen in films like 9-2-11 and Taxi Driver in the initial stages, And later, when Vijay Anand also started acting regularly in films like Chupa Rustam, you would see that element. The film was written by K.A. Narayan, but the screenplay, the dialogues were all Vijay Anand. Vijay Anand also edited the film, and of course, he directed the film. Now, interestingly, one of the initial titles of the film was supposed to be Do Roop. This was a play on the duality of Johnny's character, where you didn't know whether he was a ruffian, a thief, a scamster, or a secret agent. Because throughout the film, everybody is constantly asking him, तुम कौन हो, तुम्हारा नाम क्या है, and what is your reality?
हीरा ने आपसे जरूर कहा होगा कि मैं खुफिया पुलिस का आदमी, लेकिन पुलिस का आदमी कौन है आपको किससे मालूम हो जाएगा?
ये कौन है?
हीरा से पूछिए ये कौन है.
So it was a play on that. And one more title which I came across in an article when the film completed 50 years ago mentioned that Tum Jahan Hum Wahan was also one of the titles, initial titles of the film. Now this could be a play on the camaraderie that Hema Malini and Dev Anand's character share in the film.
हाथ में 50 लाख रुपए हैं और मुझे साल 2 साल के सपने दिखाई जा रहे हैं.
क्या?
देखो जानी, ये रुपये चोरी के हैं. चोरी के रुपये को चोरी करना कोई चोरी नहीं. अगर तुम चाहो तो इसी वक्त मुझे अपना बना सकते हो.
देखा, तुम्हारे लिए जान बेच सकता हूँ लेकिन ईमान नहीं.
Now this is a film which essentially, to my mind, established the dream girl credentials of Hema Malini, because Sapno Ka Saudagar, her first film with Raj Kapoor, was not that big a hit, and the success of Johnny Mera Naam is the film is what established Hema Malini as the new box office queen, so to speak. Now, more than anything else, it's also the comedy track provided by 3 roles played by I.S. Johar. So he's called Pehla Ram, Duje Ram and Teeze Ram in the film.
तुझे तुम्हारे मुंह से ये बात अच्छी नहीं लगती. ट्रे लेकर तो तुम भी घूमते हो. फर्क सिर्फ इतना है कि मैं ट्रे लेकर जमीन पर घूमता हूँ और तुम ट्रे लेकर आसमान पर घूमते हो.
शट अप. तुम्हारी इसी बेहूदगी की वजह से मुझे ये कहते हुए भी शर्म आती है कि तुम दोनों मेरे भाई हो. तुम दोनों?
And even the poster of Johnny Mera Naam had I.S. Johar written 3 times on the poster. Now, this is not the first time that I.S. Johar was playing multiple roles. He had already done that in a film called Kitna Badal Gaya Insaan. Even Mehmood in Hamjoli had done 3 roles where he very famously played characters based on Prithviraj Kapoor, Raj Kapoor and Randhir Kapoor. I.S. Johar provides the comic relief and the timely comic relief in the film. But this is not a film which needed that kind of comic relief or needed songs or needed the usual tropes, because Vijay Anand's screenplay has enough ups and downs and these crazy twists and turns and these exotic locations like the song O Mere Raja, which was shot at the Nalanda University ruins. Now, there was a lot happening in the film that you did not need these kind of things. Yet, all these factors together only enhance the quality of this film.
अगर ये बात गलत निकली तो मैं तुम्हारी जबान काट डालूंगा.
जरूर. जॉनी खुफिया पुलिस का इंस्पेक्टर है. मोती उसका खून करने निकला तो था, लेकिन मैंने अपनी आंखों से उन दोनों को गले मिलते हुए देखा है.
Johnny Mera Naam is also a trailblazer in many ways. This was the film that set the stage for the typical 70s mystery, whodunit, caper kind of a film where you had Victoria 203, you had Sharif Badmash, Chupa Rustam, and you even had Navketan's 25th anniversary film Bullet. Now, Bullet didn't perform that well at the box office, but it had a couple of songs. And the interplay between Dev Anand, the leading man of the film, and Kabir Bedi, who plays the villain.
हेलो, मेरे हाथ में एक बुलेट है. तुम आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या.
That's also very, very interesting to see now when you look back 50 years later. So 2 big films that were being made at the same time is not an uncommon thing. But the familiarity and the similarity of the mood and the names, especially the use of Mera Naam Joker and Johnny Mera Naam, created a lot of tension between these 2 camps. But Largely because nobody took Johnny Mera Naam seriously at that time. I'm not saying that they didn't think that the film was worth its time, because you had Dev Saab and you had Vijay Anand in the film, but because Mera Naam Joker had been in the making for a fairly long time, and nearly everybody was convinced that this magnum opus, this is the film that Raj Kapoor would be known for years to come. The press, the PR machinery surrounding Mera Naam Joker all pitched this idea that get ready for the greatest cinematic experience of all times. The three chapters that the Joker lives had stars from across different generations. So you had Raj Kapoor, you had Manoj Kumar, you had Simi Grewal, and this was also the debut of Rishi Kapoor. So there was a lot riding on that film. The film was fairly long. It was more than 3 hours long. It had 2 intervals, and followers of Cinemazi Studio would have seen our interview with Rahul Ravel, who was assisting Raj Kapoor on Mera Naam Joker. And there's a very heartfelt, emotional story that Mr. Ravel shared with us, that how nearly everyone around Raj Kapoor was convinced that the film was not working. And he says that, Rahul ji said that even Randhir Kapoor told his father that cut out everything else and just keep the first segment, which is the Rishi Kapoor segment, and the last segment, which is the circus segment, and then release the film. Raj Kapoor was not convinced. He had his doubts because of the reactions of people. And interestingly, at one trial, Rahul Ravel recalled that Raj Kapoor told him to go and tell the projectionist to jump from X reel to Y reel. I mean, they took out almost 3 reels in the middle, and Raj Kapoor was shocked that no one missed anything. That was a big indicator for him that perhaps the screenplay was not working. But Raj Kapoor, being Raj Kapoor, the great showman and somebody who believed only in the audience's reaction and nothing else, refused to change a single frame and release the film as is, and famously said that whether the film works or not, I will get to know on the day that the people watch the film. Now, something similar happened on Johnny Mera Naam as well. The climax was changed, and Gulshan Rai credits Dev Saab for stepping in and agreeing to reshoot the climax. And I don't know what the original climax was, or this is a story that not many people know and you only get to read about it or hear from people closely associated with the film. This shows that Vijay Anand was flexible, and Vijay Anand somewhere understood the demands of the market as well as the people who were watching it.
जाने को आप कोई काम तो नहीं? काम यही था कि कोई काम मिल जाता। गाड़ी चला लेते हो? हवा की तरह। तुम्हें काम मिल गया।
Sometimes a filmmaker is so close to his or her subject and the final product that they don't have the objectivity left anymore. Now, what Vijay Anand did with changing a little bit of the climax or the third act of Johnny Mera Naam, Raj Kapoor didn't do that. In many ways, this also says that Johnny Mera Naam is closer to the zeitgeist, the era, than Mera Naam Joker. And this is very important for films to click with the audience, that even though you could be a period drama or you could be retelling of a historical account, you still have to somewhere capture the environment in which the film comes out. Because the audience will have only a certain level of suspension of disbelief, and they are not willing to go beyond a point. And I think that is what happened in Mera Naam Joker's case, that people were not willing to give that kind of leeway to Raj Kapoor's film as they were willing to give to some other film of that time. So if you see, this was a period, the late 60s or the mid 60s and late 60s and the mid 70s up until Diwar and the Angry Young Man's true arrival, so to speak. You had a lot of these spy thrillers, these action films, this retelling of the James Bond, films like Yaqeen, Aankhein, Kismat, or Farz, which was Jitender's big hit. And I have a small little connection with Farz. My grandfather, Arudra, wrote the script, the original script in Telugu. And films like The Train or, these films, they had something to do with the era, something to do with what was happening in the world around. And perhaps that is something which ticked with the audience more than the emotional journey of the Joker's life in Mera Naam Joker. But having said that, that film is a masterpiece today. There is a lot in Mera Naam Joker which just tells you what a great visionary or a showman that Raj Kapoor was. But for me, between these two, I have a softer corner for Johnny Mera Naam because I'm a huge fan of Dev Anand and I'm a bigger fan of Goldie Anand. For me, very few filmmakers understand the medium, dominate the medium, yet do not think that they are bigger than the medium. Now, this is what separates Vijay Anand from a lot of other filmmakers. Despite making a masterpiece like Guide, he could switch and do something like a Teesri Manzil, do Jewel Thief, later Johnny Mera Naam, and a barrage of what today, in hindsight, you may call nonsensical films. You know, if you look at something like post Tere Mere Sapne, the kind of films that he did, or if you look at films like Rajput, which work on paper but don't work as such, or Ram Balram, you know, these films, they're not a patch on previous works of Vijay Anand, but you can see a master storyteller at work. Well, Johnny Mera Naam is one for the ages, and Johnny Mera Naam is one which just gets everything right if you're a fan of these kind of films. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of ours. Please don't forget to write in, share your comments, and tell us what you think of these videos. Do subscribe to our videos and hit the like button and the bell icon, and hope to see you soon with another such story. Thanks for watching.